Millions of Filipinos live and work abroad, sending money home every month, raising families from a distance, and building futures in countries that are not their own. In this video, we are going to look at where Filipinos work overseas, what kinds of jobs they do, how much they earn, and what life actually looks like for them in those countries. For clarity, all salary figures will be shown on screen in Philippine pesos and US dollars, not in local currencies. Instead of focusing on just one place, we will travel across regions: the Middle East, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Oceania, Europe, and North America. Each region offers different salaries, different costs of living, and a very different kind of life. Some provide higher pay but tough working conditions. Others offer stability, better protections, or a chance to bring family later on. Our first stop is the Middle East, one of the largest destinations for Filipino workers. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Kuwait have relied on Filipino labor for decades, and each country offers a different mix of opportunity, lifestyle, and working conditions. Saudi Arabia is home to one of the biggest Filipino communities in the world. It remains the place where many Filipinos build their careers in healthcare, construction, hospitality, technical work, and domestic roles. Nurses work in major hospital networks such as King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Ministry of Health facilities across the country. Skilled technicians and engineers often work in large energy and infrastructure companies like Saudi Aramco. Many Filipinos also work in international hotels operated by Hilton and Marriott, while others take roles in major construction firms across the kingdom. Life in Saudi Arabia can be challenging because of cultural rules and limited personal freedom, but one advantage is that many employers provide free accommodation and transport. This allows OFWs to save a big portion of their income and send most of it home. In Saudi Arabia, nurses and skilled technicians earn some of the highest salaries, especially in large hospitals or energy companies. Service and domestic work remain the most common jobs for Filipinos, and while these roles pay less, the free housing often helps workers save more compared to other countries. In the UAE, especially Dubai and Abu Dhabi, Filipinos work across retail, hospitality, aviation, corporate offices, logistics, and construction. The country offers a modern lifestyle with global companies, luxury hotels, and a large expatriate community. Filipinos are widely present in major retail groups and international hotel chains, and many build careers in aviation with Emirates or Etihad as cabin crew, ground staff, or technical support workers. The main challenge is the cost of living. Rent is high, and many workers share apartments to reduce expenses. Even so, many Filipinos choose the UAE because of its safety, career growth, and modern environment. In the UAE, aviation and corporate roles offer some of the highest salaries, especially for cabin crew and professionals in IT or finance. Service and hotel jobs are the most common, but the high cost of living means workers need to budget carefully to maximize their savings. Qatar is known for its organized environment, cleaner cities, and strong demand in aviation, hospitality, construction, and healthcare. Qatar Airways remains one of the biggest employers of Filipinos, hiring cabin crew, airport staff, and ground personnel. Many nurses and medical workers join major hospital networks in Doha, while others work in international hotel chains throughout the city's growing tourism and business districts. Rent can be expensive, but many OFWs receive company housing or allowances, which helps them save more. In Qatar, aviation and healthcare stand out as the strongest earning sectors for Filipinos, especially roles connected to Qatar Airways and major hospital networks. Skilled technicians also do well, while hospitality and domestic work remain the most common roles and offer more modest pay, often balanced by employer-provided housing. Kuwait hosts a large Filipino workforce, especially in domestic work, retail, hospitality, and food service. Many Filipinos are employed by the Alshaya Group, which manages well-known brands like Starbucks, H&M, Pottery Barn, and Shake Shack. Others work in supermarkets such as Sultan Center or in aviation services for Kuwait Airways. Kuwait's cost of living is lower than the UAE's, but rent is still high unless housing is included. Many Filipinos choose Kuwait because contracts often provide accommodation, meals, or transport, which helps them save more each month. In Kuwait, healthcare jobs offer some of the highest salaries for Filipinos, while domestic work is the most common role overall. Service and retail jobs provide moderate income, but many Filipino workers manage to save because basic needs are often covered by employers. From the Middle East, we move to East Asia. Japan, Taiwan, South Korea, and Hong Kong are some of the most popular destinations for Filipinos because of their stable work environments, higher wages, and structured work systems. Many OFWs choose this region for the salary, but also for the safety, cleanliness, and strong labor rules. Japan has become a major employer of Filipino caregivers, factory workers, technical interns, and healthcare staff. Many Filipinos work in care homes for the elderly, food processing plants, electronics manufacturing, and various industrial companies. Some of the biggest employers include social welfare corporations, Panasonic, Toyota-related factories, and large food processing facilities across Japan. Japan offers some of the best salaries in Asia for Filipinos, but the work environment is strict, and language requirements can be challenging. Many OFWs live in company dormitories or shared housing, especially in expensive cities. In Japan, caregiving and healthcare roles tend to offer the highest pay, especially once workers gain experience and pass language requirements. Factory work is the most common path for Filipinos and offers strong overtime opportunities. Many OFWs say the biggest challenges are the fast work pace and the need to learn Japanese, but the financial rewards are solid. Taiwan is one of the top destinations for Filipino factory workers and caregivers. Most Filipinos here work in electronics and semiconductor manufacturing, assembly plants, and care facilities for the elderly. Major employers include companies connected to Foxconn, electronics assembly factories, and numerous caregiving agencies across Taiwan. Taiwan offers good salaries and steady work, but factory schedules can be long and physically demanding. The cost of living is moderate, and many companies provide dormitories, helping workers save more. Factory work is by far the most common job for Filipinos in Taiwan and offers decent income, especially with overtime. Caregivers earn less but often receive free food and housing, which increases their ability to save. Technicians and machine operators earn more due to specialized skills and longer shifts. South Korea attracts Filipinos through manufacturing, shipbuilding, agriculture, and food production. Many Filipinos work under the employment permit system, which helps regulate wages and work conditions. Some of the biggest employers include shipyards in Busan and Gaoje, manufacturing plants in Incheon and Gyeonggi, and food processing facilities across the country. South Korea offers some of the highest salaries in Asia for blue-collar roles, but the cost of living is high. Rent, transportation, and food can take a large part of a worker's income, especially in cities like Seoul. In South Korea, shipbuilding and welding roles offer some of the highest incomes for Filipinos due to the technical skills required. Factory jobs are the most common and pay well, especially with overtime. While living costs are higher here than in many Asian countries, workers who share housing and avoid city centers can still save a significant amount. Hong Kong remains one of the most popular destinations for Filipino domestic workers. It also employs Filipinos in restaurants, hotels, retail, and some professional roles, but domestic work is by far the dominant sector. Many Filipinos work for private households, large property groups, hotels, and international families living in Hong Kong. Hong Kong offers relatively high pay for domestic workers. along with mandatory days off and strong labor protections. However, the cost of living is extremely high, especially for housing, which is why live-in arrangements help workers save more. Domestic work is the most common job for Filipinos in Hong Kong and provides one of the highest minimum salaries for household workers in Asia. Caregiving roles also pay well, especially for those with experience. Service and restaurant jobs offer steady income, but the high cost of living means budgeting is key for anyone renting outside employer housing. From East Asia, we move closer to the Philippines. Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand are three of the main Southeast Asian destinations for Filipinos. Salaries here are usually higher than in most local jobs, but often lower than in the Middle East or the highest-paying East Asian countries. The advantage is proximity to home, shorter flights, and cultures that feel more familiar. Singapore is one of the most developed economies in Asia, and it attracts Filipinos into domestic work, healthcare, IT, finance, hospitality, and corporate roles. Many Filipinos work as domestic helpers, nurses, restaurant staff, hotel workers, and office employees. Others build careers in banks, tech companies, and logistics firms. Large employers include hospital groups, international hotel chains, global banks, and technology companies with regional headquarters in Singapore. The city offers a very safe and organized environment, but also one of the highest costs of living in the world. Rent is especially expensive, which is why many workers share apartments or rooms to keep expenses under control. In Singapore, the highest-earning Filipinos are usually in healthcare, finance, and IT, especially those working for international companies. Domestic work and service jobs are more common but pay less, and the high cost of rent means workers must be very disciplined with their spending. Many OFWs say Singapore is one of the best places to gain experience and build a professional resume, even if saving large amounts is not always easy. Malaysia employs Filipinos in hospitality, oil and gas-related work, retail, domestic services, and corporate offices. Filipinos can be found in hotels, restaurants, call centers, and some technical roles. Large hotel brands, regional business process outsourcing firms, and multinational companies in Kuala Lumpur and other cities are among the major employers. The cost of living in Malaysia is lower than in Singapore, and everyday expenses like food and transport are more affordable. Housing is also cheaper, especially outside the most expensive areas of Kuala Lumpur. In Malaysia, salaries are generally lower than in Singapore, but the cost of living is also much lower. Hospitality and retail jobs are common, and while pay is modest, workers can often stretch their income further because rent, food, and transport are more affordable. Skilled technical roles and office jobs in larger companies offer better pay and a more stable career path. Thailand is not the largest OFW destination, but it attracts a steady number of Filipinos, especially in teaching, tourism, and hospitality. Many Filipinos work as English teachers in private schools and language centers. Others work in hotels, restaurants, and tour companies in cities like Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Pattaya. Life in Thailand is generally more relaxed and affordable. Local food is inexpensive and housing costs outside the most touristy areas are reasonable. In Thailand, teaching English is one of the most attractive options for Filipinos, offering better pay than many local jobs and a more relaxed, culturally rich lifestyle. Tourism and hospitality roles pay less but are balanced by lower living costs, especially for those who live outside the most expensive tourist centers. Many Filipinos who choose Thailand value quality of life as much as salary. Now we travel to Oceania, where Australia and New Zealand attract Filipinos with high salaries, strong labor protections, and good quality of life. These countries offer some of the highest wages available to OFWs, especially for skilled, licensed, or trade-based professions. But life here is expensive, And getting the right work visa often requires qualifications, experience, and English proficiency. Australia is one of the most desirable destinations for Filipinos because of its wages, safety, and opportunities for long-term residency. Many Filipinos work in healthcare, aged care, construction, engineering, hospitality, and agriculture. Nurses and caregivers are in high demand, as are welders, carpenters, electricians, and other skilled trades. Major employers include aged care facilities, public hospitals, mining companies, construction firms, and large agricultural producers in regional areas. Australia offers high earning potential, but the cost of living is also high. Rent, groceries, and transport can eat into savings, especially in cities like Sydney and Melbourne. In Australia, healthcare and skilled trade jobs offer some of the highest earnings for Filipinos. Salaries tend to be strong in major cities due to high demand, and in remote areas where employers provide additional incentives to attract workers. Hospitality and agriculture jobs are more accessible but come with lower pay. Many OFWs say the challenge in Australia is not the income, but the high cost of living, which requires careful budgeting to save effectively. New Zealand offers a similar type of work environment to Australia, but with a calmer pace of life and smaller cities. Filipinos here work in healthcare, dairy farming, construction, hospitality, and manufacturing. Large employers include hospitals, aged care groups, construction companies, and dairy farms in regions like Waikato and Canterbury. The country is known for its relaxed lifestyle, natural scenery, and friendly communities, but housing shortages in some cities have pushed rents higher. Still, many Filipinos see New Zealand as a great place for long-term stability. In New Zealand, healthcare professionals earn some of the highest salaries among Filipinos, followed by skilled workers in construction and dairy farming. Hospitality and manufacturing roles pay less but offer stable work and a balanced lifestyle. Many OFWs choose New Zealand for its safety, friendly communities, and the possibility of eventually bringing family members over. Europe is one of the most attractive regions for Filipino workers, not just because of the salaries, but also because of strong worker protections, paid leave, healthcare benefits, and the chance for long-term residency in some countries. But Europe also requires the highest qualifications. Nurses need licenses, caregivers often need additional certifications, and many jobs require English or the local language. We will look at 3 major hubs where Filipinos work in large numbers: the United Kingdom, Germany, and Italy. The United Kingdom is one of the biggest destinations for Filipino nurses and healthcare workers. Thousands work in the National Health Service or NHS, private hospitals, care homes, and home care agencies. Filipinos also work in hotels, restaurants, cleaning services, and administrative support. Some of the most common employers include the NHS, Bupa Care Homes, Four Seasons Healthcare, private clinics, hotel chains like Hilton and Marriott, and major airport service companies. The UK offers strong salaries and excellent benefits, but the cost of living is very high, especially in London. Rent, transport, and food can take a large part of a worker's income unless they share housing. In the UK, nurses earn some of the strongest and most stable salaries for Filipinos, especially within the NHS. Caregiving roles are also common and offer steady income with overtime opportunities. Hospitality and cleaning jobs pay much less, but many workers stay because of the chance to eventually bring family members or apply for long-term residency. Germany has rapidly increased its hiring of Filipino nurses, caregivers, and skilled workers. Hospitals, elderly care facilities, and rehabilitation centers frequently recruit Filipinos through official government-to-government programs. Other OFWs work in hospitality, factories, and some technical fields. Major employers include large elderly care groups, public hospitals, and manufacturing companies across different German states. Germany offers good salaries, excellent healthcare benefits, and job security, But language is the biggest barrier since most roles require at least B1 or B2 level German. In Germany, nurses and skilled technical workers benefit the most due to strong collective bargaining and standardized pay scales. Factory work and hospitality roles are more accessible but offer lower salaries. Many Filipinos choose Germany for its excellent social benefits, job stability, and the possibility of long-term settlement once language requirements are met. Italy has a long history of employing Filipinos, especially as domestic helpers, nannies, and caregivers for elderly individuals. Many Filipinos also work in hotels, restaurants, and small businesses owned by Italian families. Some of the biggest employers are private households, care agencies, and hospitality groups across major cities and tourist destinations like Rome, Milan, and Florence. Italy offers decent salaries compared to local Philippine income, but they are lower than Western Europe or Northern Europe. Still, many Filipinos choose Italy because of the welcoming Filipino community, strong labor protections, and the possibility of gaining permanent residency after several years. In Italy, domestic work and caregiving remain the most common paths for OFWs and offer stable income, often with free meals or accommodation. Service and hospitality jobs provide similar pay and are popular among Filipinos who prefer a more independent setup. Many OFWs stay long-term because Italy offers strong labor rights and clear paths to residency for those who work continuously. Now we move to North America, where the United States and Canada offer some of the highest salaries available to Filipinos anywhere in the world. These countries provide strong labor protections, advanced healthcare systems, and clear pathways for residency. But reaching North America requires strict qualifications, licensing exams, and, in many cases, long application processes. The United States is one of the most sought-after destinations for Filipino professionals, especially nurses, medical technologists, physical therapists, engineers, and IT specialists. The U.S. healthcare system relies heavily on Filipino workers, and many hospitals actively recruit staff from the Philippines. Large employers include hospital networks, rehabilitation centers, tech companies, logistics firms, airports, and hospitality groups. The U.S. offers high salaries and strong benefits, but the cost of living varies dramatically. Big coastal cities are extremely expensive, while many states in the Midwest and South offer far more affordable living and better saving potential. In the United States, healthcare and IT roles offer the highest salaries for Filipinos, especially in large hospital systems and tech hubs. Even service and logistics jobs pay far more than similar roles in other regions. The biggest challenge is the cost of living, which varies dramatically by state, and the long licensing process required for many medical professions. Canada is another major destination for Filipino workers, known for its safety, strong social benefits, and pathways to residency. Filipinos in Canada work in healthcare, hospitality, caregiving, construction, trucking, and food processing. Many nurses and caregivers arrive through federal and provincial immigration programs. Large employers include hospitals, long-term care homes, hotel chains, logistics companies, trucking firms, and food manufacturing plants. Canada offers lower salaries compared to the U.S., but the cost of living is often more manageable, especially outside Toronto, Vancouver, and other major cities. Many Filipinos value Canada's family-friendly environment, multicultural communities, and clear pathways to permanent residency. In Canada, nurses and long-term care workers earn strong, stable incomes, while trucking and logistics roles are popular due to high demand and chances for residency. Hospitality and manufacturing jobs offer lower salaries but remain attractive for those seeking long-term settlement and family migration. Now that we've looked across the Middle East, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Oceania, Europe, and North America, one thing becomes clear. Filipino workers shape industries all over the world. From hospitals in London and New York, to factories in Japan and Taiwan, to construction sites in Dubai, to farms in New Zealand, to care homes in Germany, Filipinos are everywhere. And the lives they build abroad support families and entire communities back home. But the salaries you saw in this video only tell part of the story. The real meaning of these numbers depends on where a person lives, how much rent costs, whether food and housing are included, how much overtime is available, and how far money actually goes in each country. In some places, the pay is high, but the expenses are higher. In others, the salary looks small, but the ability to save is much better. This global map shows how different the Filipino experience can be depending on where someone works. Some countries offer incredible financial opportunity but demand strict qualifications. Others are easier to enter but come with lower pay. Some regions offer stability and safety. Others offer fast growth and high risk. And many Filipinos choose not just for income, but for long-term goals like residency, family migration, or career development. If you want to understand how these global earnings compare to life inside the Philippines, I recommend watching my video on Philippine salary differences across regions. And if you're curious about wealth levels back home, take a look at my video, How Much Do You Need to Be Rich in the Philippines? It gives a clear picture of what income, lifestyle, and savings look like for different classes in the country. Thank you for joining me on this global tour. If this video helped you understand the real income landscape for Filipinos abroad, please like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find it useful. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one.